back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a weekly reading vlog, and I have not done one of these in such a long time, and I kind of recently have been getting back into booktube and to reading a little bit. I actually listened to a 2-hour audiobook today, which I actually read Fire Night by Penelope Douglas. This just came out like a couple months ago. I pre-ordered it and then I listened to it on Audible. It's only 2 hours, so it's kind of like a 4.5 of the book. I don't know if she's actually continuing the series, but that is a book that I read recently, and I don't think I've read anything else since then, like finished it wise. Like I probably could have finished some books a couple months ago, like beginning of the year, but I do not remember what I read. I have not read since then, like the beginning of this year, so kind of getting back into it, kind of scared, not really sure how this is gonna go, so I'm gonna try and hold myself accountable to a weekly reading vlog and just kind of see what we get out of it. So I have a couple books right here that I kind of want to talk about real quick, and that is the books that are kind of on my TBR right now. I'm not giving myself like a strict TBR. These are just strictly the books that I've heard about on booktube recently in the videos that I've been watching since I've been back, and ones that sound really interesting to me that people have talked about. So the first one is one that I'm currently in the middle of. I'm not really far into it. I just started it the other day. I've been reading it when my boyfriend was over this weekend, and if you guys don't know, my boyfriend literally spends the weekends with me, so I'm always with him, so I don't really get too much reading done. But in the times that I do, I actually started reading this book, and that is The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torre. I've heard about this from a friend of mine on Tumblr, and then I saw this in, I want to say, Haley. I don't know her full YouTube name. I will link her down below though, because I've really been liking her videos. She loves reading thrillers, and so I definitely get some good recommendations from her, and this was one of them. I think she was talking about, and if you like this book, you would like this book, and that was, I think, The Girl in 6E and The Return, so they're both on my TBR right now. But I actually did pick this book up just a couple days ago, and I only made it to page 35, so I'm not too far into it, but that's the most reading I've done in that many pages in a while, so I'm pretty happy with that. I didn't even talk to you what this is about, okay. But this book is about a girl that is a murderer, potentially, and she literally is locked in her house, and she has like a neighbor lock her in, and they have like a tradesy that she'll give him pills, and if he locks her in every night and make sure she doesn't go out and murder people. And what she does for a living, she makes really nice money being a cam girl, and it's actually pretty cool to read about, and it's just a lot different than I expected going into it, but it's not in a bad way. Like I found myself really liking this as I was starting to read it and getting excited to read again. Like this book kind of made me excited to read again. Even though I'm only 35 pages into it, it's still just a new feeling for me to be happy that I'm reading a book that like isn't super talked about right now. It's kind of an older book that's been on my TBR for a while, and it's just, I don't know, I'm kind of happy with it. But yeah, this is what I'm currently reading. Again, I said, but that's what it's about. Next is The Return, kind of on like my TBR, like a loose TBR of it, by Rachel Harrison, and I got this from ALA, I'm pretty sure. And so this is about, I think it's about sisters, and one of them are missing, and then I think they reconnect, and she's just not who she says she is. I think it has some paranormal aspects to it. Not 100% sure. I definitely do forget what this is about since Haley talked about it, but the next book, let me just tell you all that this is what I'm reading like today. I'm gonna pick this up today because I have been dying to get my hands on this. I even went to Barnes & Noble's, which I never go to Barnes & Noble's, and I was like, ooh, my setting intentions, I'm manifesting Layla by Colleen Hoover. Did I get it? No, I didn't. I actually got it off Amazon, so I didn't get this from Barnes & Noble. But I ordered this for Amazon. It was pretty cheap in paperback, and everywhere else it was like $15, and I was like, what the hell? So basically this is a paranormal romance. I don't really know too much about this. I want to say Haley might have been talking about this again, or somebody else on my booktube subscription box was talking about Layla by Colleen Hoover sometime in the last week. I don't remember, but if it was you, hello, thank you. Because of you, I bought this book, and it made me want to just read it. So I'm really excited to read this. I'm dying to read this. I've actually never read anything Colleen Hoover before, so this is my first deep dive into Colleen Hoover. We'll see if I regret it or not. I kind of hope that she is a new favorite author, because I hear good things and about like 1 or 2 bad things about certain books of hers, but I'm really excited to read this. I am so excited. I want to say that it's about this girl, you know, it's like an average, like, you know, normal romance, but I think a ghost and her fall in love, and I think it's kind of like a 3-person relationship. I could just be pulling that out of my ass right now, but I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what this is about, and I'm really excited to read this if that is what it is. Next book is another one that's been on my TBR for a while, and that is Horrid by Katrina Leto. I love this cover, and I think it even has, nope, it has a blank cover page. My dog's making an appearance. So it's about this girl, I think, who recently experiences a loss, and she has to go and live with her dad, and she's getting bullied at school, and then I think this is just a way of her getting revenge. So I think it's kind of like a revenge story. I think I didn't hear anybody talking about this, but when it first came out, it was really popular. But just recently, I was kind of going through like my TBR books that I recently have been interested in, and just kind of buying books that would get me to read again, and this is one of them. So I got this off Amazon, super cheap, and I was super excited to have this nice back hardcover. And I think I read another book by Katrina Leno. I actually have another one. It's You Must Not Miss. Gorgeous cover. Love it. I'm excited to read that one too. That's also kind of on my loose TBR. However, this one, I don't know. The cover is stunning. I love this. And I'm super excited to read this because it's been on my TBR for such a long time. And I kind of just bit the bullet and bought it. So can't wait to read that one. Now down to the last two. Next one is Twice Shy by Sarah Hogel. I read the first book. It's not a series. I'm pretty sure they're both standalones, but the first book that she just wrote recently that's been like super hyped, I really don't remember what it's called. I think it's You Deserve Each Other, I think. Maybe. I read that beginning of this year, like January, I want to say, and I loved it. It was super cute, super romantic, and I just loved it. And so I heard a little bit of mixed reviews about this, but I will tell you a funny story real quick. When I was looking for this book, and I saw it on the table, and I grabbed it, the guy at the Barnes & Noble, he was looking at some other books on the table, and he was like, oh, that one is a really popular one, and people really say good things about it. And he was pointing to Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I read that book like back in last year summertime, and I did not like it. So I just looked at him, I was like, oh yeah, that's a good one. It's pretty popular. Twice Shy, I really do not know what it's about. It kind of has like cottagecore, like romance vibes going on with it, because I think one of them is like a homeless romantic, and then she inherits a house from her aunt, and she wants to have a fresh start, but then she falls in love with the groundskeeper. So it just kind of is like that cute like little unexpected romance, but like we're both rooting for it, and you know we want it to happen, and it's gonna happen, and we'll all just be happy in the end. Hopefully it does that for me. So because I've heard some really mixed reviews about this, and people have been really disappointed, but hopefully our girl Sarah does herself good twice. And the last book that I have on my TBR is The Shadows Between Us by Trisha Levenseller. I've actually had it on my TBR for such a long time. I don't know what it is, but this book just continues to reel me back in. Even though I don't remember what it's about, it's just one that's always stuck in the back of my head that I'm gonna buy this someday and I'm gonna read it no matter what. Like, it's just, it could be years from now and I feel like I'd still be interested in reading this for some reason. I have no idea. I don't even really remember what it's about. She has to woo the Shadow King, marry him, and then kill him and take his throne for himself. I don't know why, that just dragged me in so much. And I'm not a fantasy reader, but this kind of gave me like wow. This gave me like Carden and Jude vibes. So I was like here for that, even though I have not read The Wicked King yet. I have to do that. That was also kind of on my TBR. I have a lot of books on my TBR. Basically my entire bookshelf is just books that I want to read at this point. But anyway, that's basically what this book is about, and I'm super excited to read this. I was watching a reading vlog of somebody recently within the last week again, and they were reading this book, and they said it was kind of meh, kind of slow in the beginning, so I'm kind of afraid for that. But I am going to try and read it physically, because I tend to read my fantasy physically because I cannot listen to it. I can't get a feel for it better and like learn the world building and all that kind of stuff. But this is my huge TBR that I kind of have going for myself right now. I just wanted to come sit down and talk to you guys about books for a second, because I have not talked about books in God knows how long, and it's been the weirdest past couple months, just not reading and not making booktube a priority anymore. But I have a lot going on in my life right now. I'm almost finished school, like forever. Like, I'm about to get my associate's degree. Like, I say forever, but I really don't know if I'm going to go back to school because I don't know what I'm going to do yet with my life. But yeah, I have schoolwork I have to go do, so I'm going to go do that, and then I'm going to come back, hopefully read some of Layla, and I'm super excited. I am excited for this weekly reading vlog. I hope this goes well, and yeah, I'll catch you all later. Hello everybody, and happy Wednesday. I did not talk to you yesterday just because I came home from work and my boyfriend came home with me because we work at the same place, and his car had issues, so he was without a car yesterday. So I was just kind of with him all day after I got out of work, and so I didn't really have much time to update the vlog. So I'm here to talk today about what I've been reading recently, and I haven't really been reading anything too differently besides Layla by Colleen Hoover, so I'll just talk about that now. I have started to tab this book. So Green is for Leeds, which is the male character, and then purple is for Layla. And I went through some of the tabs with my boyfriend, and I was just talking about it with him and how much this book relates to like our relationship, at least in the beginning. Let me just preface that now. Just some of the things with the male character, like Lead says, and how he thinks is just very similar to my boyfriend, and I find it very funny how fitting it is. But I am really enjoying this book so far. I'm on chapter 5, so I'm on page 58, so I'm not too far in. I still have a lot to go, but I'm really enjoying this, and I'm really liking that I'm reading it physically because I feel like it's different than an audiobook and I can comprehend it better, and I want to get more into physically reading again because I feel like that's also why I stopped reading so much, is because I stopped loving physically reading and I would just listen to everything on my audiobooks, and it just kind of became so repetitive. I just got bored of it, and I started hating everything that I was reading because everything was just basically the same that I was reading. So I'm really enjoying this because I am reading it physically, and the plot is just really nice. But basically what this is about, because now I know more what it's about this girl named Layla and Leeds. Leeds is a bass player in a band that he really does not like. They meet when she is dancing like a maniac in the crowd just to cheer him up, which is one of my favorite parts. And basically it's like a love at first sight kind of thing, and they kind of just like meet, and then after the band like plays, they like meet and they just kind of hit it off right then and there, and then they end up like staying at a hotel together, and then it just kind of like continues on from there where they just kind of stay together since then. And then they met at this bed and breakfast, so that kind of has like a big part in this book. And now I'm at the point where they have met, they've been together for a while, but something bad has happened, which I'm not going to say because that's obviously going to spoil the book. Something bad happens to one of the characters. I'm not even going to spoil it, I almost spoiled it there too. Something bad happens to the characters, and so they go back to the bed and breakfast that they met at, and then more shit goes down. So, and this is like a different type of point of view, so it goes to the past when it kind of explains how they met, because Leeds is starting the book off in an interview with some guy. I don't know who he is, but he found him off the internet, and it's for what's happening currently in their life, him and Layla. And so it jumps back and forth from the past and the present to kind of like lead up to where they are right now. So I kind of like how it's doing that, because it's not hard to follow along at all. And I don't know, I'm just really enjoying this for my first Colleen Hoover book, only being 58 pages in out of, almost 300 pages. I'm really interested to see where this is going to go and how it's going to play out, because it just did a complete 180, and I was taken aback by that because I was just like, whoa, okay, here we go. We're really getting in deep now. So I've been really enjoying this, and I'm going to continue reading that, hopefully today. But I've also kind of picked up another book, and I don't know if I want to count this towards like reading, because I'm reading it to my boyfriend, which just sounds so weird, but I'm reading him my favorite book, and we can all probably guess what book that is. Created by Penelope Douglas. Yes, we know. I went and tabbed like one part, and then I never read this physically, so I want to have this book so I can read it physically to my boyfriend, because he likes when I read books to him for some reason. And so I just sat and read him chapter 1 yesterday, so I'm only on page 10 because I read him one chapter out loud. And with braces, my mouth hurts a lot when I talk because they're constantly rubbing. This is gonna take a while to get through because this book is literally like 500 pages long, but it's my favorite book, and I'm really excited to introduce him to this world because it's just my favorite, and I love all the characters, and I'm really excited to get back into this book again, because I actually read it, I want to say in the beginning of this year, as a reread for my second or third time. It might have been my second time, for the first time listening to it on audio, because I think it came out recently. And so I read it on audio, and then I was going to do it again once I was in a book slump a couple weeks ago, and then I just didn't get really into it just because I was kind of like bored because I had just listened to it recently. But yeah, that's basically what I'm reading right now, 2 different like romance books, but I'm having a good time. I'm really enjoying my reading again. I also did start an audiobook yesterday, but I didn't listen to it anymore today. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I don't even know what it's called right now. I'm not too far into it. It's a short audiobook, and I'm listening to it like when I'm in the mood to listen to it, so I'm not going to force myself to like listen to audiobooks, because I'm really enjoying my podcast right now. Like, if you guys don't know, I've been listening to it, and That's Why We Drink with Christine and Em, and I just fucking love them so much. Like, that's the one podcast that literally just feels like home to me almost, and it's just crazy because I started the beginning of the year listening to them, and now I'm listening to their 2021 releases of January, and I just started in the beginning of this year when they started back in like 2017. So like, I'm really catching up to their podcast, and I'm really getting nervous because I'm gonna be caught up, and I'm not gonna be happy because I just sit and binge like all of their episodes, and I just love it. So, but when I'm not listening to that, I was listening to the audiobook, and basically it's about this girl named Scotty, and she is like a really well played basketball player. She's a really well-known basketball player at her school, I guess, but I feel like she's kind of picked on. She's kind of looked down upon also. But there is also LGBTQ plus rep in this because I think she is lesbian. It's kind of how her ex is still kind of involved in the picture, and she's very like manipulative and very toxic to her, and it's kind of really gross to hear. But she also is kind of coming in contact with a character that's going to be like a main character, because it just kind of hints at on the back of the book, who is a cheerleader who also did some really mean prank to her, and now they kind of have like an enemies to lover relationship, so it's going to be like an enemies to lovers romance, and I'm really excited to see how this plays out, because I don't typically find like enemies to lovers like female romance, so that should be really interesting to see and how that plays out. But that's basically, I'm not too far into it right yet, so it's alright so far, but I heard some pretty good things about it. So that's really all my reading updates right now. I have a bunch of schoolwork I have to go do. I graduate in like August, so I'm almost finished all my classes. I have 2 right now that I'm taking, and 2 more after I'm done these 6 weeks, so I can't wait to be done. Then I can finally like put my focus back onto like booktube and like my Depop and just like doing everything without having to worry about coming home from work and doing schoolwork. So yeah, that's really all I have to update you guys on. I don't really have too much else that I'm reading, so I will talk to you guys later if I read anything more. If not, I'll probably talk to you tomorrow, because my boyfriend's again coming over. I see him literally every day, so I'll probably not be updating too much later unless I read or something like that. So I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everybody, happy Friday. So I know I haven't really been updating this vlog too much. It's been like really sporadic and like every other day, but I haven't read much this week because it's just kind of been a busy week. This is only my 2nd week of my new semester of school, so I'm kind of just really focusing on that, because I literally have homework every single day when it comes to my biology class, which sucks. But I have a little unboxing here that I've been meaning to do for a good couple months now, but I'm just going to include it in this reading vlog just so there's something for you guys to watch. But I'm doing my Creepycrate unboxing. This is probably from January, I'm not gonna lie. This is very overdue, and I really apologize to the lineup for how delayed this has been. I've been very busy moving and school and work and just everything. So I got my scissors and I just cut open the box, and we're just gonna jump in and see what was for this month. Oh, we got a t-shirt. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the top of the box. This tells you everything that's in your box, which I see a Ouija board mouse pad, I think. I'm gonna fangirl, I'm gonna scream. But I'm just gonna jump right in and we're gonna discuss it as we go. So we have a shirt. Oh my god. That's pretty cool. Those are those creepy little like dolls. I forget what they're called, because the rag dolls. I'm pretty sure these are rag dolls, and that's pretty cool. I actually kind of really like the shirt. I'll probably actually end up wearing that. Yeah, that's really cool. Either that or my boyfriend will wear it. But that, let's see. That is the Robert the Doll and Annabelle t-shirt. Okay, so I was really far off from the rag dolls. So this is Robert the Doll and Annabelle. Can we just? Now I'm a little scared, because as you guys know, I listen to And That's What We Drink, and they talk about those dolls a lot. And I'm actually almost caught up with their podcast, which is crazy. But back to the t-shirt. It says Robert the Doll and Annabelle t-shirt. Such sweet looking dollies couldn't possibly do any harm, right? Only paranormal experts will recognize these creatures as 2 of the world's most notorious haunted objects. Facts. Next, we actually have a pop socket, which I don't actually use pop sockets anymore, just because I have like the little card thing in the back of your phone where you can put like your credit cards and stuff like that. Just because it's a lot more convenient, because I don't always carry my purse around. But we have a pop socket. So this is the Anguished Man pop socket. It says most paintings add a sense of personality or cheer to a home. This infamous painting, however, brought terror, and that sense of terror to your day will bring this handy phone accessory. So that's pretty cool. I actually don't know anything about the Anguished Man, but it's a pretty neat object for your phone. Next, we have, she looks really familiar, we have this little magnet. So this is the Ed and Lorraine Warren magnets. I knew she looked familiar. Love Ed and Lorraine. It says, no matter your personal feelings about the Warrens, you can't deny that the paranormal investigators are iconic in the world of wraiths and poltergeists. These magnets will make their instantly recognizable visuals as a part of your world. Okay, so is there another one in here with her mans? Because I would love to have Ed and Lorraine Warren magnets, because that's actually really fucking cool. The next thing I see in here are creepy ass postcards, which I'm really loving all of this creepy stuff in here, because recently I've been like wanting to deck out like everything in my room really creepy, and when I have my own house I'm really excited to like just make it like really grungy, gothy, and spooky. So super excited for that when I have my own house eventually. But these are some super creepy postcards, which in this one, I don't really know what's going on. It's a woman in a chair, and then this one you can see like the apparition right here, which is really creepy. So this says, spirit photo postcards. Victorians knew a thing or two about playing with ghosts. These postcards feature 2 of the era's most infamous examples of spirit photography. Send them off to a friend in the underworld, or keep them to brighten up an undecorated corner. Exactly. Creepycrate knows. But wow, these are pretty cool. I actually might put these somewhere, like maybe on my bookshelves or in my room somewhere. But the one that I'm most excited for, because I really have been needing a mouse pad at work, but I don't know if I can bring this into work and it'd be okay. It's a Ouija board mouse pad. This is so fucking dope. Oh wait, if you use it as a mouse pad, that's kind of like moving it around the Ouija board. It's a little sus, not gonna lie. Is Creepycrate trying to get some demons in my house, because I don't need that. But this is really amazing. I love this. It's probably my favorite thing so far. And this says, a Ouija board mouse pad, BYO planchette. Bring your own planchette. Make working from home part of the spectral investigation every day with this mouse pad, or use it to conjure spirits during your off hours. That's awesome. I'm really excited to use that. And then we have a book in here. Oh, okay, wait. So I think I had something by this author before, Darcy Coates. So this is The Haunting of Ashburn House. So this is kind of giving me like the haunted house of like the haunting of Hill House. I started watching that with my boyfriend when we first started dating, and then we never finished it. So this is kind of giving me those vibes. So it says on the back, there's something wrong with the Ashburn House. Everyone knows about the Ashburn House. They whisper that it's an old owner went mad and restless ghosts still walk the house, the halls. But when Adrian, wow, why can I not speak? I have hiccups too. But when Adrian, desperate in need of a place to stay, inherits a crumbling old mansion, she only sees it as a lifeline until darkness falls. Strange messages are etched into the walls, furniture moves when she leaves the room, and a grave hidden in the depths of the forest hints at a terrible and unforgiving secret. Something twisted lives in her house, and its hungry eyes ever watchful. Chasing the threads of decades-old mystery, it isn't long before she realizes she's becoming prey to something deeply unnatural and intensely resentful. She has no idea how to escape, and she has no idea how to survive. Only one thing is certain: Ashburn's dead are not at rest. Now that is going on my TBR. I'm just saying it now. And then it looks like we also have a exclusive chapter sample from another Darcy Coates book, and that is The Whispering Dead. So what is this about? Homeless, hunted, and desperate to escape a bitter storm, Kira finds refuge in an abandoned groundkeeper cottage. Her new home is tucked away at the edge of the cemetery, surrounded by all grounds of the gravestones, some recent, some hundreds of years old, all suffering from neglect. And in the darkness she can hear the unquiet dead whispering. The cemetery is alive with faint, spectral shapes led by a woman who died before her time, and Kira, the only person who can see her, has become her new target. Determined to help put the ghost to rest, Kira digs in the spirit's past life with the help of unlikely new friends and discovers a history of deception, ill-fated love, and murder. But the past is not as simple as it seems, and Kira's time is running out. Tangled in the dangerous web, but she has to find a way to free the spirit, even if it means offering her own life in return. Okay, Darcy Coates, you fucking make me want to read your books now. I did have one from her before. It was something about in the snow. It was something in the snow related, and I think I got rid of it because I wasn't really sure if I was going to end up reading it physically. But here we go. We got Ed Warren, so now we have all of the Warrens and magnets. That's pretty dope. I'm excited to put this on my fridge. But yes, this is the items that we got, guys. This is like insane. This is probably one of the best boxes I've ever received from Creepycrate. I'm not gonna lie. This was totally worth me waiting opening it because I'm very impressed with everything that I got. I'm super happy. I love everything, literally everything. I love this. Well, that is just my unboxing for this portion of the video. I really don't know if I'll be doing any reading today. I kind of want to just go chill and play Sims because it's Friday. Got out of work because if you guys don't know, I changed my shift from 5:45 to 2:15, so I get out at 2:15 now instead of 11 o'clock at night, which is just so fucking nice. But if I do any reading, I'll probably pick up Layla, but this new book's kind of calling my attention, not gonna lie. I kind of want to read this a little bit too. I don't know, I'm like in the middle of so many different books right now because I just don't know what I want to be reading. But this one kind of sounds pretty good. Might add it to my TBR of other books that I already have. But yeah, that's kind of all I have for right now. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. I don't know if I'll be really vlogging too much this weekend because I have a lot going on. My boyfriend and I are going to be rearranging my room, so everything's gonna look different when you see it again. And then I have to take my cat to the vet tomorrow, and then I know there was something else we had to do. But that's really it. I will talk to you guys later. Hi guys, happy Tuesday. So I didn't really talk to you at all during the weekend just because, again, my boyfriend has been over since Friday, and so now's the only time I can really talk. It's like 5:30 right now. I have been doing a bunch of stuff since I got home from work, and I just wanted to give you a little bit updating on my reading of Layla. So I finally made it to page 100, and I only picked this up yesterday, which was Monday, so I at least read once this week so far. I don't know how much reading I'm going to be doing today, just because I'm not really in the reading mood. But this is all I've really been reading. This is basically just a Colleen Hoover vlog for the first time, me trying her, and that's just kind of how it is. I don't know how long this vlog's going to be, because I didn't really go through all of last week in days, but I'm just going to keep going with this vlog, and maybe till I finish this book, maybe not. But that's really it. I really don't have much more to talk about. I hope you all had a nice Memorial Day weekend. I had a nice day off of work, so it was really nice, and I just spent time with my dad and my boyfriend, and we just chilled around the house, was lazy, and it was a really nice weekend, but also productive at the same time because you rearranged my room. As you guys can see, my bed was over there, okay? So where the shelves are was where my bed was before, and now it's on the shelf where my bookshelves were. If you guys want a room tour, let me know. I guess I could do that kind of video if you want to see. My bookshelves are all set up over there now on the other side of my wall where my desk was, which now my desk is back here. I know it's a lot, but I really do like how the setup is. I feel like it's kind of just more against the wall instead of just kind of like all over the place. But yeah, that's again all I have to talk about, and I really have nothing else to say, so I'm really sorry. I don't have much to update you guys on with this reading vlog, but hopefully I'll read some more during the week. I really don't know because, again, school, it's really busy when I come home from work. I just constantly have a lot of things that I have to do. So reading hasn't really been my top priority. A lot of things have not been my top priority, but come August when I graduate, I'm going to be making things my top priority again with booktube, with Depop, with reading. There's all things that I have been lacking within the last couple months on just because I've had no motivation to do it and I've had no time to do it. So I'm just kind of trying not to beat myself up for that anymore because I've literally just been so angry at myself the past couple months because of it. But I want to start anew, I start fresh, and I don't know. I'm just taking a day, every day as I go, because that's really all I can do. So that's really it. I'm not going to ramble your ear off too much more. Probably going to go watch some booktube and play some Sims and just chillax, since now I can finally sit down and chill. So I will talk to you guys later.
Hello, I'm here to close up this vlog because I'm terrible at closing out my vlogs. I did not finish any books in this vlog, however, I'm still going to post it anyway just because it's content, and I was starting to really enjoy reading again, and then life kind of took over again, so I haven't really been reading too much. I'm trying to get myself back into it some more, but with time, it may come. I don't really know. But yes, I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe down below as well as like this video, and I will see you on my next video. Bye guys.